Okay, I'm going to talk about the Patriots Super Bowl season that ended up in the Super Bowl victory that just ended today. So that was a pretty interesting season because a lot of times the most explosive offenses and the offenses that are the most exciting and putting up the most points are the ones who everybody's excited about and thinks is going to win. And honestly, I got kind of carried into that too in the beginning of the season because although the Patriots have won so many years in a row, I'm probably going to the Arnold Classic in Ohio, yes. Even though the Patriots have won so many years in a row, it's like I thought that this was going to be their year that they sucked. And I was watching them in the regular season, but you know what? After about half the games were through, I just said, you know what? Never bet against them because it's just been so long and them being so consistent at it. And then I started seeing them doing a lot of consistency. Consistency. The Patriots never have these big, horrible problems like a bunch of the other teams have. Sweet, sweet. Yeah. It was fun meeting people at the LA Fitness Expo. So, yeah, I'll probably be at the Arnold Classic, and that'll be cool meeting you guys there too. But the Patriots and Tom Brady, if there ever was a season that he was going to lose, it was this one. They were vulnerable as much as they did, and they didn't. And it made me think that, like, like discipline and coaching and like fundamentals are like the important thing that make the Patriots great and sticking to those like over time, those principles. And pretty much when I focus on those things in my life, those are the that's when things go right for me too. Like I get the most success, I get the most quality progress towards my goals when I'm doing the fundamentals and the basics 100%. Like following those small things. Uh, as far as bodybuilding goes, it would be like knowing what I'm gonna eat before the day starts, so the night before, and then like having that meal set up where it's basically the same thing every day, and I know exactly what I'm gonna be eating at what times each day, and focusing on the fundamentals. And then the other thing would be like doing my fasted cardio because getting up and doing that fasted cardio burn a lot of fat doing that way, but that's something that when you first wake up in the morning, it's really not very fun. So I don't like doing it. But when I focus on those fundamentals, for me, those are when I make my biggest progress in bodybuilding. All right. So let me know what you guys thought of the Super Bowl and what you guys think of Tom Brady and their continued dynasty. Because I mean I've been watching football for since 1998 every single season, and this what they've done is always I like the Packers. I like the Green Bay Packers. And what the Patriots have done is always what I've wanted the Packers to have done. Like dominating. When the Packers had Brett Favre, I thought they should have been winning a lot of Super Bowls. And when they've had Aaron Rodgers, it's been the same thing. But you know what? The Packers don't focus on fundamentals enough. They focus on flashy stuff. Same thing as with the Rams this year. When you focus on that team that has the fundamentals, the blocking, the tackling, they don't give up big plays. They win. You never watched a football game in your life? Well, it's a big thing in America and the United States. It's like watching the Super Bowl. It just ended just now, and that's the championship game, and it's basically as big of a deal as Christmas in the USA because when the Super Bowl is like on the TV, four out of five people in the country have their eyes on it at all times. So the world or our country, the USA, stops during the Super Bowl. Your best friend for life wants you, Tony, and Trevor to triple. She's a freak. Just saying. Yeah, well, yeah, I know it's a big one in Canada as well. So yeah, football's that's cool that Canada does football too. Anyway, so I'll probably end this one now. You guys gonna watch Genova vids? I watch Genova vids every once in a while. I'm not like, you know, watching that, waiting for the next one to come out. But, you know, occasionally, maybe like once a month or something, I'll turn one on. And, yeah, sometimes I get a laugh out of that. I used to get more laughs out of it, like a few years ago. Like when I first moved to Thailand, they were still making those like Del Rey Misfits episode 100 or so. And so I would watch that with my girlfriend sometimes when I first moved to Thailand in my first apartment that I had. Yeah, it was really boring game. And Muay Thai, no. No, Muay Thai, they basically are like standing there and like trading punches and kicks to the face and stuff and really like beating each other. I prefer, if I was going to take my time, I'd prefer to do jujitsu. To take my time, I would prefer to do ground combat. What was that last question? Something about Thailand? Um, but yeah, yeah, wrestling would be more of my thing. Uh, okay, so if there's not any more, then I'll sign off, guys. So I will see. Oh, how's the leg? Okay, you want to see my leg? All right, I'll show you my leg. Um, all right, there. So I haven't been able to train legs yet. Um, yeah. It's the scar's almost all the way healed. There's just like one spot in it that still needs to grow some more skin. Awesome. Yeah, so I was at the LA Fit Expo, as you guys know, with over this past weekend. I trained for 3 weeks upper body heading into that. And I also was on a fairly strict diet. Like I was only eating steak and sweet potatoes and vegetables. I'd eat a little bit of like peanut butter, a little bit, and I'd have some other like fats, maybe a little bit. But I mean, I was pretty much only just eating for about 3 weeks before the LA Fit Expo. I was pretty much only eating because I hadn't been training since the end of November before I went into the hospital. And then for 3 weeks before the LA Fit Expo, started that diet, started training upper body in the gym. I was training like a upper lower split, like probably like 5 days a week, doing 1 hour of cardio every day. And then also I changed my TRT to 3cc, so 3 times increase of the dosage. And then yeah, I just did the cardio and did the weightlifting for the 3 weeks, and then pretty much just ate the steak, the sweet potatoes, and the vegetables. A little bit of fruit, a little bit of other fats, but not much, and not really any other carbs pretty much ever. And then, yeah, I was at the LA Fit Expo. You never told us how it did happen. The leg thing in which UGL it was, so we can avoid it. Well, you know, if you've been asking me for so long and, you know, I haven't said anything, so there's probably a reason for that. So, I mean, you'll have to either just accept that or not. So, yeah, hopefully I'll be back to training legs again in about a month or so. Right now the skin's like really, really tight because the way that they did the surgery to heal the leg is they had like the piece of skin, like the flap on the left side and the flap on the right side, right? And then there was like this big area in the middle that had to be removed. And so then what they did basically was they just like pulled those two flaps together really, really tight. And then that big stitch down the center holding the two sides together. It is painful actually because it's so tight. The skin is so tight still that it's like there's a lot of pressure. So when I walk or whatever, just whenever I use my leg at all, the muscle, whenever it flexes, right, it pulls against that really tight skin. That is where the scar is, and it just kind of like burns a bit. It's not anything severe, and it's just the skin hurting. Yeah, that was like super shitty or sucky being in South America in that situation, and glad that's over. That's like so horrible. Don't want to think about that. But LA Fit Expo was really good. It was good seeing. I was going for the Patriots. Yeah, yeah, because I said on my Instagram earlier, the reason I was going for the Patriots was because I like the fact that the Patriots are disciplined and teamwork, and they stick to the fundamentals, and they're really good at the basics. You know, you're not seeing them make mistakes a lot. Is it because I'm from NorCal? No, you know, I know Tom Brady is from my area. He's from a city about 30 minutes from where I live. I mean, I drive San Mateo is where he's from, which I've driven through there a bunch of times. But I'm a Packers fan, so I always got like a lot of hate growing up for liking the Packers because everyone here likes the 49ers, and if they don't like the 49ers, they like the Raiders. Yeah, well, LA, people aren't sold on them yet, like in California, because they were in the East Coast for so long. All right, bye, Chapo. Oh, hey, Tony. All right, the relationship starts tomorrow is in the video. I was talking about the Super Bowl, so hopefully you watched that. But I would say maybe you were the one of like the 1 out of 5 Americans that were not watching the Super Bowl. Am I right, Tony? uh, yeah. So that's about the end of this live video. Unless there's anything more to talk about. You guys can see my leg one more time. Since that's like the super interesting point. The cool popular topic is my leg. I was having myself with stuff sometimes. All right, nice, Tony. I'm glad you watched the football. Yep. That leg. Okay, signing out.